26th of July, Ahmed Malakil was arrested.
When it comes to protecting children, we're not hiding behind a flawed piece of legislation. We genuinely intend to protect, in particular, women and children. And
I contacted the council CEO to inform her that I wished to speak to Warwickshire Police to urge them to release the immigration status of the criminal.
None of these young, unidentified males that are coming into this country should be free to roam the streets. They should be detained ahead of them being deported.
This is a deep-rooted issue regarding HMOs housing illegal immigrants that are affecting our communities.
We have simply had enough.
A 13-year-old girl has been raped by 2 asylum seekers, and I was told that if I released this, I would be in contempt of court.
Reform UK leader Nigel Farage and the youngest council leader in the country, George Finch, have claimed there has been a cover-up of details about an alleged physical assault of a minor girl in a West Midlands town. 2 men were charged after a girl was allegedly physically assaulted in Nuneaton, Warwickshire. Ahmad Malakil, 23, is accused of raping the underage girl in Nuneaton on July 22nd. A second man, Mohammed Kabir, also 23, has been charged with aiding and abetting rape as well as strangulation and kidnapping of the girl. George Finch, the leader of Warwickshire County Council and a Reform Party politician, claimed there had been a cover-up. He alleged the 2 men were asylum seekers and accused the police of hiding this from the public. Nigel Farage has weighed into the debate and blasted that the British people have had enough of unidentified males roaming the streets.
This is a story that shocked us all. On the 26th of July, Ahmed Malakil was arrested and then charged later on the 27th of July. I was made aware of this incident on Tuesday, July 29th. I will be looking into why I wasn't informed immediately. The following day, I contacted the council CEO to inform her that I wished to speak to Warwickshire Police to urge them to release the immigration status of the criminal. The thing is, I was begging for this to be released, screaming, phoning, asking it to be released. I sent an email, afternoon, Monica, the CEO of Warwickshire County Council. After hearing the news and reading your email regarding the 12-year-old girl who was raped by an asylum seeker who lives in a HMO in Stockingford in Nuneaton, my hometown, I think transparency is needed, and the people of Nuneaton and the wider Warwickshire area have a right to know who the man is and his background. How can we work with Warwickshire Police to ask them to release the information regarding the details of this man? This is a deep-rooted issue regarding HMOs housing illegal immigrants that are affecting our communities. So I urge you to work with me as Warwickshire County Council leader to ensure Warwickshire Police can release the information to the public in the appropriate manner. I then later phoned the Police and Crime Commissioner for Warwickshire, who informed me that he was on holiday and that he doesn't know much about the case. I was sickened by those comments. Anyone can pick up a phone and speak to me, speak to the CEO, speak to the Chief Constable. And then on Saturday the 2nd of August, I was informed by the CEO of Warwickshire County Council that a second man, Mohammed Kabir, has been arrested and charged with kidnap, strangulation and aiding and abetting the rape of a girl under the age of 13. It was at that point that I wrote a letter to the Home Secretary Yvette Cooper and the Chief Constable of Warwickshire Police Alex Franklin Smith, in which I called for all immediate release of the immigration status of the 2 men I've urged them to work with me as leader of Warwickshire County Council, and I will be working with all the borough councils and the district councils within Warwickshire to fight against these HMOs that are being put up to house illegal immigrants, and the hotels are in Warwick District Council. And I want to say to all reform councillors and all councillors in the country that this has to stop. Our communities are at a breaking point, and that's why we need reform to change things. We're the last line of defence against the blob, the cover-ups of the councils, and we have to fight every step of the way against this blob, and this is what we're doing on Warwickshire County Council. It has to stop. A 13-year-old girl has been raped by 2 asylum seekers, and I was told that if I released this, I would be in contempt of court, and that I cannot release this due to this phrase, community cohesion. That's the problem. They're trying to cover up the minority, the people that are coming over on boats illegally, and the people of Nuneaton are hurt. They've had enough, and that's why I'm urging all council leaders from all parties to join me in campaigning to stop the housing of illegal immigrants in HMOs with Serco and the illegal immigrants in hotels. That's all I've got to say on this matter today. So thank you, and I'll pass back on to Nigel.
George, thank you very much indeed, and well done for exposing the truth. Basically threatened, and told the public do not deserve to know the truth. It is absolutely disgraceful. In fact, it has shades of the same mentality at local level that led to Rotherham and the huge shock, not just we as a country, but the international community, who could not believe we'd sunk to those depths. Turning a blind eye, not telling the British public the truth. But when it comes to protecting children, we're not hiding behind a flawed piece of legislation. We genuinely intend to protect, in particular, women and children. And I made this point 2 weeks ago, but I'll make it again today. None of these young, unidentified males that are coming into this country should be free to roam the streets. They should be detained ahead of them being deported. And that is absolutely what we stand for as a party, and we mean it. And we'll do that to protect the British people. We have simply had enough. Okay, moving on. I have a list of questions. Let us start with Henry Zeffman, BBC.
Thank you very much. Can I just take you back to something you said right at the start? You talking about the government and the Online Safety Act, and you said they claim that protecting children is the sole purpose of the Online Safety Act. So you seem to think there is a real hidden purpose. What is that?
Well, if it was to protect children, why on earth would an elite police force be set up to monitor what people say online about events such as what's occurred in Warwickshire just last week? Why on earth are we seeing the extent to which online material has been censored, including, I was hearing this morning, even historical comments about Richard III? I mean, this is the beginning of state censorship. It is very worrying and very frightening. As for the intended purpose of the Act, a process begun by the Conservative Party, fully understandably, because of suicide kits being available online and all of these terrible things. Yes, of course, the original intention of the Act was honourable and correct in every way, and we would stand behind it. The trouble is that I suspect most 13-year-olds are more tech-savvy than the Science Minister, Peter Kyle, because they simply go to VPNs where they can't just access what's on the web, they can even quite easily find themselves in the even deeper and darker recesses of the dark web. Do we want legislation that protects children? Yes. We're going to have to find a tech solution to it. The government is not there with it. Thank you. Catherine Foster, GB News.
Jess Phillips, the Safeguarding Minister, has doubled down basically on that message from last week and said that he would enable modern day Jimmy travels what is your response to that comment and to Jess Phillips in particular around safety of women and girls?
Well, Jimmy Savile, of course, famously was never online, ever. Never owned a computer, never went on the web. So that's an inappropriate comparison. It's also just sinking to the gutter of politics to make that comparison. I repeat the point. We would love to see legislation, effective legislation, that protected young children from harmful and dangerous material. This Act does not do that, and this Act then extends right into the area of free speech. And when you think it's only the 25th of July when it actually came into being, the effects, I would suggest, are chilling already. And I would say to Jess Phillips, why don't we have a proper debate? Why don't we debate the Online Safety Act publicly? Why don't we debate whether this does actually protect minors, whether it does protect children? We'd be very, very happy to engage in that. We'd very happily work with them on trying to find tech solutions that work. But I'm not going to sink to their level of abuse. I'm just not.